Baki wants to be unchained. He's been surrounded. How is he going to get out of this one? He wants to be unchained like Biscuit Olivia. He's pretty confident. He reacted so fast that the guards did not catch it. He did all of that undetected. Even the guy with goggle over there couldn't catch him. He'll be. It's now a standoff. Oh boy. The guards are stunned. They don't know which order to obey. This kid is something else. Okay, the warden puts his hand around his neck to make it seem that everything is okay. And again, it will keep the guards at bay from shooting at him. There you go. He's actually getting out of this. Biscuit? Where is he going? Now I see where Oliver is coming with this. It's almost like Baki's kind of touching his uh the insult. Hmm? And you guys see that his muscles are tensed. Just like when he finally put down his other opponent. Oh, Oliver is pissed. You know, he will get Baki for that. You can rest assured know that. Baki is really testing his patience. Another insult. He's really insulting on Chain right now. Baki. You better skedaddle. He's not in the best mood right now. Baki just touched his morale. If I'm not mistaken, I will also say that he was going after Baki there for a bit because if Baki had escaped, they would send him to go get Baki back. No, this damn Maria chick. If Baki is in there, I'm going to be laughing so hard. I will laugh so hard if Baki finds his way in there just to test Biscuit Olivier. Okay, he's not in there. Can you just imagine? He opens the door and Baki is in there on the bed with. I guess beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? Because I don't know what he sees in her. Okay. I thought that we're going to see those five criminals on this very season. What happened? I thought we are gonna see them come back and stuff. No wonder Maria gained all that weight. All these calories and all these food. No wonder. I guess while Olivia was eating and working out, which will not affect him because he always has a way to upset everything. Maria, he wasn't working out at all. Ooh, I told you guys he will get Baki for that. I told y'all he will get Baki for what he did to him. I like the build up. I, I hope they will fight towards the end of this show. Baki's playing a mind game right now. He's playing a mind game. Got his jawlines. The muscle around his jawlines. It looks like Baki being here and playing all these mind games, it's starting to get to Biscuit Olivia. It's getting to him. All the luxurious stuff that he has, suddenly he's not enjoying it. While Baki is seeing the best. Oh, finally, he's made his decision to face Baki. Rumors. You know why? Saying. I mean, why come in here to bother him? Oy! All right. At least, okay. At least making this decision, he's not his aura and his posture is not out of line. You know, he's as calm as ever. So hopefully, you see, I don't think it was just the sickness. It was the eating. Isn't Baki doing the same thing Junior did to him on the previous? Baki is actually looking forward to kicking him right now. This may be stupid of Baki, just as when he. I told y'all! Uh, sweet! Come on! He's actually gonna fight him right now, right in here. They're gonna rack this whole cell up. They are going to rack this place up. You can rest assured know that. The danced muscle. Come over here. Oh, he's gonna drag him. Get over here. Get over here. That man will live to tell the tale of what he just seen. He could literally snap Baki into two. You know that? He just racked Baki up. He just racked his disrespectful behind up. These are only throws. He's just throwing him around. Now he's going for a real hit. Sweet. Ah! Mm. Damn, Baki is over his head, man. He is in for a long ride. Because if we remember, this was the same thing Junior did to him on the previous season. He messed Junior up. he needs to understand that this is Unchained's territory, not Baki's territory. If it's not the respect Oliver has for Yujiro Hanma, he would have really killed Baki. He grabs it. You see, after watching Oliver's fight with the other opponent, I knew that ain't no way. What is Baki gonna do? This was exact same situation. Ooh, no, 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 he wants to teach Baki a lesson. That's what it is. He really wants to teach him a lesson. And Baki is still alive. I mean, he's still conscious. Oh yeah, G. Mm. Oh boy. So these two are actually gonna go toe to toe in the prison. Right here, right now. What is going on? What in tarnish? What the heck? He didn't see that attack? What was Come on, let's go. Ikiza. Ikiza. Let's continue. Now, this is the last episode of the season. Okay? This is right now. Right here, right now. We're going to see into a hard ass ball. Hmm. He can move his muscles. Hmm. Hmm. He grabs him. He's gonna squeeze him, squeeze his lives out. Oh, he just ate Bucky and spit him right back. Mm, I know. True. It's because of the respect he has for his father. I don't think Baki has never said that those words to anyone. Oh, this is. I said it. Ain't no way. And now Oliver, he's pissed now. Mm. Sweet. Oliver is holding back. He really doesn't want to kill Bucky, man, but Bucky keeps pushing him. He's. What? Let's trade punches? Is he cuckoo? Not necessarily. This is face to face. Suicide. Oh, sweet. Ah! Ah! Oh man, no holds bars. No holds bars. Ooh. Whoa. Ooh. He actually did it. He actually did it. Oliver is out. She got up and walked out here? I didn't know she can actually get herself. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, you know he can make that happen. Hmm. Alrighty then. Hmm. He doesn't like that. You better change the subject right now before he bounces on you. He's still talking. He's still talking. He told you to shut up. You're still talking, man. Hmm. He told. Ooh, that's a T Rex. That smile of his gets me every time. That laugh of his gets me every time. Oh man. Let me go back again. Let me go back. Let me go back. So General Stridham asks me if he could defeat a T-Rex. And he looks at it and gives that laugh of his. Now, that's Ijoro in there, taking on a dinosaur. That's Ijoro in there, taking on a dinosaur himself. Whew. Now, let me say this. with confidence. Is Baki ready to face his father? I'll say he's ready. He's ready. He is definitely ready to take on Yujiro Hanma. Now, being ready is one thing. Getting it done is another thing. Okay? Is he ready? Definitely. Absolutely. Yes. He's ready to take on his father. But getting it done won't be that easy at all. That's I guess I did not expect the fight to go the way it went down. And I feel like at first, like I feel like the Mr. Unchained he didn't give it his all, because I know that I know that he just did not give it his all. Baki used mind games, you know, what are the mind games that he used to kind of, you know, deter Mr. Unchained's motivation, if I would say that. Let me elaborate. If Baki allowed Oliver, right? If he allowed him to broadcast this fight, Oliver had more chances of winning the match. Baki has been ready to take on Oliver ever since he came inside that prison. And Oliver was taking it lightly, simply because he is comfortable in his own rights. He's comfortable in himself. If Baki had allowed Oliver to broadcast their fight the next day, Oliver would have won without a shadow of a doubt. Because he's going to bring his love life. He's going to bring Maria probably somewhere around. And knowing him, he fights for her. But in this very match, he never said for once that I'm fighting for Maria. He never said it. With his match with Guevara, he brought out Maria and he made sure that he never lost. You know, the way the fight went, he took all that beating from Guevara and he never shook him. Right? So I believe that the writers had to make sure that they put it this way in order to help Baki defeat him. But a fight is a fight. You know, a fight is simply a fight. There's no, you know, what I just said, you can negate it by saying a fight is a fight. It doesn't matter. But if Baki had let Oliver broadcast this fight, giving Oliver all the time he needs to really get ready, because I don't think that Oliver was ready for this fight. Baki had to force him into it, right? He wasn't yet ready. He was supposed to broadcast this fight, have everyone watching, but Baki didn't want that. Baki wanted to do it right here, right now. And he suckered Oliver into it, and Oliver felt for it. That's what I say. But a fight is a fight no matter what. But I'm saying my own perspective on this is, if Baki allowed him to broadcast it, ain't no way Baki would win that fight. Because if you guys heard, never for once did Oliver say, I'm fighting for Maria right now. Just like he said during his fight with Guevara. And if Maria was there, ain't no way Mr. Unchained will lose that match. Ain't no way. He will rather snap Baki into two. And again, during the match, Unchained had so many opportunities to squash Baki, but he held back. Right? He held back because when there is no ref to really call the fight, who won or who lost, right? He could have squashed Baki. He had all the chance, but he didn't take it because Not only does he respect Baki, but he respects his father, the lineage, the Hanma lineage. He respects Yujiro Hanma, and he kind of sees him as a young upcoming fighter that he doesn't want to strip him of his dreams, right? The respect he has for his family, he made him held himself back, because we've seen what Biscuit the Unchained can really do if he puts his mind to it. If we go back to previous season, let me say it right now, the previous season, when the idiot stood in front of him, bitching, moaning, saying all sort of stuff, he used his palm and pressed him so hard that I don't even know what happened to that. He literally squished him into two, right? And you just started laughing so hard. The previous season, the previous arc, go check it out. Biscuit Olivia's fight before he took on the other guy that kind of gave him a little run for his money, but he defeated. But before Biscuit started fighting on the previous season, the previous arc, he took on one fella that he beat within what, 3 seconds, 4 seconds? That's what I say. And well, at the end of the day, a fight is a fight. Biscuit lost, but the way he lost, he wasn't truly fighting the way I wanted him to fight, to take on this match. Baki was ready. He's been ready. He came here looking for Mr. Unchained. Ain't no question about that, right? He came here looking for Mr. Unchained. And he is hungry, really, really hungry to get to his father. But with all that aside, he won the match. I'm not going to take anything away from Baki neither, because in that very moment when they were going toe to toe, man to man, one on one, face to face, right? Bones to bones, it was like Baki wasn't giving up. He was hitting Oliver the best he could with everything he got. He continued to push Oliver back. In that moment, if Oliver was really gunning for blood, like if he was really, really gunning to kill Baki, he would have snapped Baki. Like he had all the chance and the opportunity to really injure Baki so hard, he would never fight again. I would say if this fight was to death, it's either you kill me or I kill you. Ain't no way Baki would win that match. You guys can let me know what you think about that on the comment section. About what I just said. Ain't no way Baki will win that match. If it is to death, ain't no way. Because once Mr. Unchained grabs you, Baki doesn't get out of his grip. Like I said, he had all the opportunity to snap Baki to injure him so well, he cannot fight again. But he showed him mercy because he sees he's a kid, 18-year-old, coming up with great prosperity on his path, with great future. He didn't want to ruin that. And again, if he injures Baki so hard that Baki can no longer fight, Yujiro Hanma will have to come after him. He will have to answer to Yujiro for that. So I believe he held back on this fight, and I didn't see him really, really fight the way I wanted to see him fight. That's all I'm saying. If you agree with me, let me know if you don't. But that's how I looked at this fight, because each time he knocks out Baki, he could have went like literally just closing on Baki, beat the crap out of him until he goes conscious. But he continued to let Baki get up to really allow him to recuperate himself, right? That's what I'm saying. If he was to death, ain't no way Baki would have won the fight. But the way it happened, I'm not gonna blame the way it happened neither, because a fight is a fight. I was expecting those 5 criminals to show up, but I didn't see them on this season, because based on how the previous arc ended, it was depicted that they're going to show up, that they are coming to Tokyo. Well, then again, I can't really blame this season simply because if they were going to Tokyo, all this happened in America. So you can rest assured know that those five criminals, they are already in Tokyo. Who knows what they're doing over there? And I'm not sure what's going to happen on the next season, but what is certain is Baki will be seeking out his father this time. And Yujiro Hanma, he keeps laughing. He keeps smiling each time he hears that Baki is ready. Like deep down, he knows that his son one day will surpass him. That's his blood. He knows. The way Baki is progressing, right? He knew. But the ogre will rather die to let that happen, to let his son defeat him in a fight. I think, and I like the way this season ended. We didn't get to see Yujiro and Baki fight. We didn't get to see that. This was all built up for Baki versus Mr. Unchained, which I loved so much. And on the next season, I wouldn't want Baki to take his father on right away. I want to see those five criminals to see what kind of uh, terrorizing situation or what kind of terrorism are they gonna cause in Tokyo. And if they do fight, I don't want Baki to win right away. I don't want him to win on the first try because him always looking up to fight his father keeps him hungry, keeps him focused. We didn't get to see his girlfriend because what's her name again? Kazuo or no, not because I forgot her name. If you remember her name, put it on the comment section. We didn't get to see her on this season because she's probably back in Tokyo. So, there you have it. Before I was kind of skeptical in the beginning. After the second episode, I wasn't sure how this season is going to go. Being in the prison and all, and seeing Iron Mike, and I'm not sure who else they're gonna bring back, who else they're gonna bring in on the next arc or the next season, because the last season was Muhammad Ali Senior and Junior, and this one they brought up Iron Mike. The next season, I don't know who's gonna show up. But on that note, thank you guys so much for joining me on this reaction. Much appreciated. On that note, stay safe. Keep on keeping on. So yeah.